Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started.
WWE superstar Jey Uso's historic victory on Raw prompted Hall of Famer Rikishi to send a message to Rhea Ripley. After winning the number 1 Contenders tournament, Jey Uso earned a shot at the Intercontinental Championship. In the latest episode of WWE Raw, Jey Uso defied all odds by defeating Braun Breaker to claim the Intercontinental Championship. Jey, who has been part of the WWE roster since 2010, has achieved numerous tag team championships, but this win marks his first singles title in WWE. Before capturing the Intercontinental title, Jey Uso participated in a storyline involving Rhea Ripley and Dominic Mysterio. WWE teased a romantic angle between Uso and Ripley, generating significant fan interest. However, Rikishi voiced his disapproval of this storyline. A few months ago on his podcast, he criticized WWE for putting his son Jey Uso in a romantic angle. He argued that the promotion was attempting to hold him back despite his immense popularity with fans. The Hall of Famer even questioned whether the promotion aimed to break up Jey Uso's marriage. Following Rikishi's criticism, WWE had continued with the storyline. In recent weeks, Jey Uso has been helping Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest in their fight against the New Judgment. Now, after his historic win on WWE Raw, Rikishi has sent a special message to Rhea Ripley. What did Rikishi tell Rhea Ripley about Jey Uso's historic win? WWE superstar Rhea Ripley recently shared a video of herself performing the Yeet celebration as Jey Uso made his entrance on Raw. Having supported Jey throughout his title journey, Ripley received a special message from none other than Rikishi. The Hall of Famer took to Twitter to celebrate Jey's victory as the new Intercontinental Champion, encouraging everyone to join in the celebration and tagging Ripley in the post. In response, Ripley playfully questioned Rikishi's tweet by asking, "Waffle House?" This reference marks back to a few months when Jey mentioned he would ask Ripley out on a date at Waffle House following Dominic Mysterio's betrayal. It seems that this playful storyline has garnered appreciation from WWE Hall of Famer Rikishi as well. When the final bell rang and the crowd erupted, Jey Uso stood in the center of the ring, tears streaming down his face as he clutched the World Heavyweight Championship above his head. The journey that began under the shadow of Roman Reigns' iron-fisted leadership had come full circle. Jey, once the loyal right-hand man, now the champion in his own right. The entire WWE universe felt the weight of that moment, but no one felt it more deeply than his father, WWE Hall of Famer Rikishi. Backstage at the sold-out arena, Rikishi stood by the gorilla position, his eyes glistening. He had watched his son's entire match with arms crossed and head bowed in silent prayer. Every superkick, every spear endured, every kick out at 2.5, it all played out like flashes of Jey's childhood. Rikishi remembered driving Jey and Jimmy to their first training session at the family's small ring in Pensacola. He remembered the nights they watched tapes of their uncles and cousins, Yokozuna, The Rock, Roman. The bloodline ran deep. Tonight, it had grown stronger in ways no one expected. When Jey made his way back through the curtain, still wearing the championship, father and son embraced. No words. Just pride. But Rikishi, never one to stay silent for long, had more to say, and not just for Jey. Moments later, Rikishi posted a video on social media. It began with him sitting alone in his signature sunglasses, the golden glow of the arena lights behind him. He lifted Jey's wrist tape from the match and wrapped it around his own big hand, as if to feel every punch his son threw. "Tonight," Rikishi said, voice thick with emotion, "the world saw what I've known since you were a little boy, Us. You got the heart of a champion. And you proved it ain't about who your cousin is, or who gave you orders. It's about who you are when the lights shine the brightest." He paused, letting the emotion settle. "Jey, you made the whole family proud tonight. From your late Uncle Umaga to your granddaddy Ifa, they're smiling down on you. I'm so damn proud of you, boy." The message seemed complete, but then Rikishi leaned closer to the camera, a grin spreading across his face. The tone shifted from fatherly pride to that unmistakable Rikishi swagger. "But I gotta send a special shout-out tonight. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Rhea Ripley." Fans watching the video live flooded the comments. What did Rhea have to do with this? Rikishi continued, adjusting his shades with that old-school too-cool attitude. "Rhea Ripley. Mommy. I saw you out there ringside tonight. Saw you standing tall with your Judgment Day boys, trying to stir the pot, trying to get in my son's head. Respect, you do it better than anybody in this business right now." Rhea, earlier that night, had made her presence known. She and the Judgment Day had teased aligning with Roman's fractured bloodline, trying to convince Jey he'd never stand alone. She'd even approached Jey backstage before his match, whispering something that cameras didn't pick up, something that left the champion to be shaking his head, refusing to bend. Rikishi chuckled. "You tried to play those mind games, huh? I know your style, Rhea. You're ruthless. You'll stand toe-to-toe with any man in that locker room, and I respect that. Reminds me of the women in our family. Tough. Unshakable." He tapped his chest. "But let me tell you something, Mommy. Tonight, you saw firsthand, my son don't need any faction. He don't need any alliance. He's his own man now. And if you come for him, if Judgment Day thinks they can break him down, just remember, Uso blood don't run. We stand. We fight. And if you keep poking the bear, Mommy, you might just see the whole family stand up behind him." Rikishi winked. "So next time you whisper in my son's ear, make sure you're ready for what comes back at you. That's a message with love, respect, and a little old-school stink face if you push too far." He ended the video with a hearty laugh, a nod to his fans, and a simple sign-off, "Congratulations, Jey. The island of relevancy? Looks like you just moved it. And to Rhea Ripley, stay ready. 'Cause the Usos, the Fada bloodline, we always watching." Within minutes, Rikishi's video went viral. WWE superstars chimed in. Sami Zayn retweeted it with a row of fire emojis. Solo Sikoa posted a simple side-eye emoji. Even Rhea Ripley herself, never one to back down, responded with a short, biting reply, noted, "OG. Tell Jey to keep that gold polished. Mommy loves shiny things." The seeds for the next chapter were already planted. Rhea Ripley, once the manipulative backbone of Judgment Day, now found herself staring down the might of a family legacy bigger than any stable she could control. And Jey Uso? He stood at the epicenter, carrying not only the championship but the responsibility that came with it. Backstage, as Jey watched his father's video on his phone, he couldn't help but laugh. "Man, Pops never changes," he said, shaking his head. Rhea's reply didn't faze him, it fueled him. If Judgment Day wanted a war, they'd get it. But this time, he wasn't a follower, he was the champion. And somewhere in a quiet corner of the locker room, Solo Sikoa sat silently, listening, watching. The enforcer of the bloodline, the brother who hadn't chosen a side yet. Would he stand with Jey if Rhea Ripley brought the entire Judgment Day down on him? Or would he be the wild card no one saw coming? One thing was certain, Rikishi's words had done more than celebrate a title win, they'd fired the first shot in what could be the next great clash of family and faction. The Usos had broken free once. Rhea Ripley, with Judgment Day at her side, might be bold enough to try to reel them back in, or break them for good. As the arena lights dimmed and the championship shone under the last spotlight, Jey Uso walked alone through the halls, title over his shoulder, ready for whatever came next. He knew Mommy was watching. He knew Judgment Day lurked in the shadows. But he also knew something else, his father had his back, and the whole world knew exactly whose blood ran through his veins. Tonight, Jey Uso became a champion. Tomorrow, he'd prove he was a king, with or without the bloodline. And if Rhea Ripley wanted to test that? Rikishi had made it clear, this family doesn't run. This family fights.